I've got no clue how to begin this LP. I'm not even sure you can call it an LP, really. At least not in the traditional sense of the word. Maybe if you thought this is one of those text-based Let's Plays, only narrated and without a lot of words on screen, and with the pictures replaced by video clips, you have a pretty good idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to crack open Eternal Sonata, a JRPG from 2007 that by all accounts should have been amazing. It was made by Tri-Crescendo, a group of developers who made a game I really liked. It's composed by Motoi Sakuraba, a man who makes really good music. And the game centers around the works and life of Frédéric Chopin, another man who made really good music. I bought this game, tried my hand at playing it a few times, but I never got very far. And the reason for that was simple. It turns out I didn't think the game was very good. In researching the game, I've come to discover that apparently it went over really well with both critics and audiences. And I understand saying a game is bad might bring out the apologists and the rabid fans. But, I was never really that invested in fans and their opinions to begin with. I'm not doing this LP for fans. I'm kind of doing this for myself. I want to analyze this piece. If I can't figure out why I'm supposed to like it, then perhaps I can walk away from this game having adequately explained what I didn't like. Let's just take this stuff in order. So when you start the game, first thing you get is the voiceover of a man. He's lamenting the death of a 14-year-old girl while a bunch of people just sort of stand around.
Why? Why did it happen? Why was she destined to die? What crime could a girl like that have possibly committed to deserve such a grim fate? She was only 14. And during those brief 14 years, what did she do? Simply cherish a love of music and revel in her girlish dreams. I'll never forget her. Even if the cruel passage of time should wear the threads of my memory so thin they break, I will always remember.
Some old lady says something about a new journey immediately afterwards. We get someone's name. Another lady starts talking about the end.
Once again, it all comes to an end. It's lovely to meet you. Or perhaps it would be more fitting to say, welcome back.
And then the scene ends. Over the course of 2 minutes, 3 people say 3 completely unrelated things to nobody in particular. This is a pretty good indicator of the tone that I've gotten for most of my playthroughs. Then we see a girl about to commit suicide.
I must do this. And it's for the person who means the most to me. My life is nothing compared to his. Doing this is easy if it's for him.
She throws herself off a cliff. I'm gonna be honest, this part had my attention the first time around.
Thank you, everyone. I know it didn't last very long. But really, this was the best time I've ever had in my life. If I blow him a kiss, I wonder, will it reach him up there? No, I guess it won't.
By this point, about 3 minutes have passed. And then we get this scene. A completely different narrator starts talking about nature, while simultaneously completely torturing the crap out of a metaphor about stages and concerts.
The rippling surface of flowing water transforms the soft light of the morning sun. The beams combine, becoming a spotlight that paints the stage. The flowers awaiting the curtain's rise display faces of bright red and brilliant yellow. They turn their ears to listen to the performance that is about to begin.
My favorite part of all of this has to be the part where he talks about a mischievous sea breeze disrupting the concert.
Meanwhile, a mischievous sea breeze causes a rustling amidst the leaves of the trees, disrupting the concert.
The squirrels rosined up their bows and resolved not to get involved with the affairs of the mischievous sea breeze, as much as they hated him for ruining their performance of Stravinsky last week. And then he starts chatting up the natural beauty of this one random village named Tenuto.
The name of the village is Tenuto. It sits atop a hill which overlooks the coastline. In fact, the town is only about 4 miles from the sea. Tenuto is very lucky in this regard, for the town enjoys a wonderful cool breeze and a view that is nothing short of amazing.
I mean, it sounds like he's trying to draft a brochure for tourists.
They paint the landscape with color as far as the eye can see. And they are the reason Tenuto is also known by another name, the Village of Flowers. There is a harbor town at the foot of a hill that can be seen from Tenuto. When night falls, the lights from the town shine like diamonds and open the hearts of those who gaze upon their illustrious splendor. Under normal circumstances, one might expect to find a bustling shopping district for tourists in a village as beautiful as this one. However, no such shops are to be found, not here.
This scene is significantly longer than the previous two, which were, actually kind of about something. And then we see N Lady and the Suicide Girl, but the latter is a little kid now.
Mommy, why are there waves in the sea?
Well, darling, there are waves because of the moon.
Because of the moon?
That's right. The moon charms the water in the ocean with its beauty. And because the moon is so beautiful, the seawater just can't sit still.
Is that true? Really?
Really? Don't you feel your heart start fluttering inside of you when you look at the moon?
I do! What about the puddle? Will it make waves when the moon comes out too?
No, dear. There's not enough water. You need lots and lots of water, like the ocean, before it can make any real waves.
Oh, I see. But that's weird. Why can't a little bit of water make waves too?
Yeah, that symbolism was so telegraphed as a man on a horse delivering it to a cowboy right by now. And then this older woman, who I assume is the girl's mother, starts talking about, really deep shit. Like the nature of war and mankind's cruelty to man. And she's saying all this to a little girl.
There are many things in this world that can charm people's hearts, just like the moon charms the sea. Things like wealth, vanity, status, image, and power. People who are drawn to these things create waves, and the fear in their hearts makes the waves grow bigger and stronger. The more people there are, the bigger the waves can become. And as the number of people grows, the waves grow bigger and bigger. It can lead people to start terrible conflicts. This is probably too hard for you to understand.
Hey, you're the one steering the conversation to this stuff, lady. And then she says something even more ridiculous.
If something like that ever were to happen, the only way to stop it would be for you to jump into the ocean. Because when you do, those big waves will become calm again. It may be difficult to do, but if you can be very brave, you'll bring joy to the person who means the most to you.
Oh yeah, that's not advice that's going to lead to a stupid girl throwing herself off of cliffs into the ocean anytime soon. And then we cut to 19th century France. For those of you keeping track at home, we've been watching this introductory cutscene for nearly 12 minutes.
He seems to have calmed down, hasn't he, Doctor? He doesn't look like he's in pain the way he did before.
It seems as though he must be having a pleasant dream.
Yes. Well, that would be nice. It would be even better if that means he's headed towards recovery, a full recovery.
It's said that people can have the most peaceful dreams just before they pass on.
What are you talking about? How can you say that?
I apologize. Hopefully, it's just an old wives' tale.
I hate this doctor. I would not want him attending to me on my deathbed. And then we cut to a forest outside of Tenuto. Suicide Girl's back and she's grown up now. I guess this was before she killed herself.
Oh, I guess I took longer than usual. Mom's probably worried about me. I'd better get home before it gets dark.
And then gameplay starts. So this is the biggest reason I've never played through this game. I watched this intro the first time around, and for the life of me, I had no idea what the point of anything was even supposed to be. But at the time I was kind of interested. They threw a mystery at me, and back then and even now, part of me wants to know what the fuck this game is even about. So I hope the sound of me gnawing at a piece of rawhide is engaging to other people, because, mark my words, I'm gonna have this thing figured out and beat. At some point.